Our music is a music of conversation. And for Louis Armstrong, when he played his trumpet, he was talking. He was really speaking. When we hear the blues, it's really a language, a musical language of communication. And Monk was a master of that. So he could make one of those funny runs. He would start up here at the top of the piano, and a half hour later, he would get to the bottom. Now, you try to follow that trip with him going down the keyboard. It's incredible. Watched him and saw him and heard him. It was not just the melodies and the notes and the sounds and the colors, but it was a kind of a wonderful commitment, you know, that this is what I'm going to say. This is my music, and I'm going to keep doing that, you know. Not only is Monk such a master pianist and composer, but when you watch him play, he does a complete ballet. He doesn't play the piano, but he puts his whole body into the piano. And when Monk hits something up here or something down there, his whole body, so like it's a whole dance.
Dancing was funny. When this music was happening, then he'd get up and do his little dancing because he was feeling good and he knew you knew where you were, and the music was swinging, and that's what he wanted. So he said, I don't have to play now. You making it happen.
My association with jazz is at dance halls. You know, we gave dances. People danced to the music. When you went to the Bird, you was at a dance. When you went to hear anything, if you went to hear Stan Ken's band, it was at a dance. If you heard Duke Ellington's band, it was at a dance. So that dancing was part of the music. And I think Monk sort of knew this some kind of way, because Monk had his own little shuffle, and he'd get up and dance while Charlie Rouse played. And the minute Charlie Rouse stopped his solo, Monk was at the piano playing. That means instantly, right into it, you know. No pause, no. The dancing was a part of the piano playing. was way ahead when it came to the difference that distinguishes the Van Gogh from the common, or distinguishes the greats, you know. And Monk was a great, you know. And how he learned it, I can't tell you. I don't know how a person could do it that early. You know, that was a genius. That's all. Genius is funny. You know.
In 1964, when the Time article came out, I think finally he understood that there were a number of people very interested in what he was playing and what he was doing. I think it made him play more because now he knew people were listening to him. So there was a great enthusiasm when we went out to work that he had, because now he knew that he could see in person people standing in line waiting to come in to hear him play. And then we were traveling quite a bit. We went on 2 world tours. And things were really, really looking good. He was a very sensitive, I can say, a very sensitive person, a very knowledgeable person. And I think a lot of things happened to him that he held within. He never would release them. And I think in the end, it finally caught up with him, you know.
Although Monk, he reached a point where he was doing the concerts, he toured, he was very popular, but I just got the impression that the surroundings of the music didn't move with the music, you know. You see what I mean? You had this tremendous music, but they just weren't the places I felt that somebody like Monk should have had a place to play. It was fabulous. Best piano, the best conditions, best sound, everything, you know. And I felt it wasn't there. And I could be wrong, and I felt spiritually that he just shut the door and said, okay, I've given this much. And he gave a lot, you know. I said, okay, this is for you, you know. I've stopped.
That's all. He just said he didn't feel like playing, so he stopped. You know, if he say something, he just say it, but he don't go into details to tell you why or anything. I guess he didn't know why himself when he didn't feel good. We went over to see him a few times, and he'd talk, walk around with us. He'd go out and take walks, but he didn't feel like playing or appearing in front of the public. He came out one time, I forgot when that was, in the 70s or something, and played, but then he didn't come back again after that.
I would go back to the fact that the group Sphere that I was involved with, well, our first album was a dedication to Thelonious. And the music that we wanted to play was his music, and we decided that maybe if this album was good enough, it would encourage him to return to playing again. But the day that we went in to record, he passed away that morning while we were in the studio, so he never had a chance to hear the music.
I think Monk was just, he was a part of a golden era of the music, you know. That was a golden era of the music, and that's no, I mean, like all golden eras, they come to an end. And so you have to go through a certain period before there's a renaissance.
He gave so much, and he had to make great sacrifices to give what he gave, because he never compromised his music. You see, some composers, some musicians, they decide, well, okay, I'm gonna do this because this is gonna make me some money, you know. But Monk was almost like a prophet. Like he was here for a reason. He was here to bring us all this beauty, all this love to the world. And he couldn't compromise. He didn't know how.